right, it's 6 o'clock. Let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. Begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call: Casey Benner, Bill Hart, Whitney Tucker,
Here.
Tom Hooper, here, Mark Buckeye.
Here.
We have a quorum. Approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next is the approval of meeting minutes from October 21st.
I'll make a motion to approve the minute.
I guess I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have the introduction of evidence. I have the city ordinances, our design guidelines. You have the staff packets, and in addition to an additional email that I sent you last week. That is all that I have.
Make a motion to approve the evidence.
A second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Old business, I have none. New business, first on the agenda is SGHC 005-25 to receive a certificate of appropriateness to install an exterior metal stairway from an existing second floor doorway to ground level on the north side of the building at 10 South Main Street. I think Mr. Brown is in the audience.
Me.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So we're gonna try to add a staircase there's an existing door on the second floor. We're adding a second business to the building. So we'd like to add a metal staircase from that door to the rear of the building so that they have access to that business through its own exit and entry without having to come through the downstairs business. It would also secondary as a fire escape there for that floor and the third floor. Both of them, the stairs on the inside for the third floor come down to that door as well. So it'd be fire escape as well for them to be in and out.
This will provide a second exit for the second and third floor, which is required for egress. But I wanted to put this in front of you so that you could look at the material and where it's going to fall.
Yeah, the stairs that we submitted to Dave, we built those stairs for the church in Mineth about 5 years ago or so. So we've done this material a couple of times. So, and then obviously the color on that wouldn't be the same. We would paint those black in the back of there so they just blend in. The green ones is what we painted up there to match the color of the church.
Will this interfere with the sidewalk?
We're going to try to avoid the sidewalk best we can. So,
Yeah, that was we're all on the same page.
yeah. So
Brown and I met Friday. He may have to extend that out a little bit or turn it.
yeah, so there we might what I have in there. I submitted a plan and we talked about it. We may have to make an angled corner to get. We're just going to maybe come to the corner of the building and make a few triangle steps and get that thing to angle towards the back of the building and then come that way. It's probably our best option to avoid any kind of head clearance issues on there. So.
I talked to David earlier about it. I'm like, wait a minute, how is he going to do that?
Yeah.
But,
And then we also on that floor there, that door that's there, it does open in. We would like to change the door as well to a swinging out, if we could get that approved too. That way it can, the bump stop door like you guys have out back, something similar to that. That way they can push it out versus coming in.
you know those doors are grandfathered, right?
Yeah, I know that. We were if we have to try to come back later and try to submit it, we'd like to use the doors. The doors do leak, so we're gonna have to do some work on them. So we're just if we could get them to change to a out swinging door while we're trying to change the stairs, we'd like to try to do that too.
So you want to keep the actual doors.
I'd like to go to a single door, but if I need to resubmit paperwork for that for the month of December, we can do that as well.
I don't have a problem with the stairs at all. I like the way they look. One thing, I mean, when you go back to the door, I'd still like to maintain that look. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it was never per se a door. It was where they,
It was actually, yeah, I was gonna say it was dry goods brought in from the bottom of the street. So
thoughts, questions? Yeah.
Especially, I don't have an issue with the stairs, the doors. I have concerns.
Right.
But yeah, I'm fine with the stairs.
I move we approve.
Second.
So I have a motion and a second to approve the installation of the metal stairway. All in favor? Any opposed? And so it sounds like you'd like him to resubmit for the doors if he chooses to.
I mean, ideally, if you just use those doors where they swung out the way you wanted to, even though they're still grandfathered the way they are, they still swing in.
yeah.
I think it would still be okay.
Yeah, I mean, fire code says they're supposed to swing out, but yes, they're grandfathered in because of the historic of the doors.
Right.
So,
Right, but as far as, I mean, if you're not gonna be able to use those doors, something that, like, I don't know, you even briefly use the doors,
yeah.
you know. even
Yeah.
if that's-
What we were actually going to go to Hood's Door Shop and see what they could maybe
Right.
do, maybe even get something that looks similar. But because they do need to be rehabbed, you know what I'm saying? They got a pretty serious leak. They actually don't have any seals in them. So they're, that old. So we're going to do something to try to keep some water coming out of them anyway. So we're going to have to do some work with the doors at some point. So, but we can get maybe some drawings of some doors to replace them with, maybe get them to look similar, but go to that single door where they'll look like the double doors that are there, but they can swing out. So we'll see what they maybe can produce something that would look similar. And then I'll just submit it for next month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is SGHC 006-25A to receive a certificate of appropriateness to install a 6-foot wooden fence in the rear yard at 166 North 3rd Street, I believe. Yes, sir. We're going to take this in stages.
Okay. This is the fence plank that I would like to use. I came up with it at a sawmill. They're thicker than just the stuff you buy at a lumberyard, and they won't warp as bad, and they'll last a lot longer. But
See. Okay. Yeah, I talked to your neighbors today and they don't have a problem with it. I don't
okay,
have a problem with it. I like it. I'd make a motion to approve the wooden fence.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a fence to approve the installation of a 6-foot wooden fence, that material. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next is SGHC 006-25B to receive a certificate of appropriateness to construct a 10-by-20 shed in the rear yard at 166 North 3rd.
And then in here, you said the southeast corner of the lot? Wouldn't that be actually the southwest?
southwest corner.
Okay.
Yes, sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just making sure.
Yeah.
What's gonna be better? Maybe back in that corner. Yeah, I have no problems with that.
don't have an issue.
I'd make a motion to approve it.
It's going on an existing slab.
No, it's going to be freestanding. So
Move we accept.
Mark made a motion. Did you want to
Oh, I'm
second?
sorry, second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the construction of a 10-by-20 shed in the rear yard. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Next is SGHC 007-25 to receive a certificate of appropriateness to renovate the structure, including construction of a second-floor addition at the rear of the building, construction of a new single-story garage and shop at the rear of the building, replace existing aluminum siding on the entire structure with hardy board siding, and replace the existing asbestos tile roof with a corrugated metal roof on the entire structure.
Yes,
And this will probably take in stages.
That's what it is. We do this in stages.
yes.
Let's see, where's our first one here?
The first is the addition.
Okay. The only thing I had on that, 'cause I went by there today and looked at it, and just looking at your drawing back here. So the windows that you're gonna, yeah. So your window that you're gonna have in the addition here,
Yes,
so these are 1/1s. These are actually two separate windows, right? 1/1.
that's already there. Yeah, that's my
Right.
kitchen window existing right now.
Could you, I don't know if you have a size or if you just did this, just,
That was just a rough drawing.
okay.
That's all it is.
Because I would, your aesthetics might be better than me. Would you think, match it to this? Because it's going to, this is the second edition right here, or match it to that size? And I mean, it needs to be matched to one
I
side,
can
Yeah.
match it, I'd rather match it to the kitchen size,
the smaller one, or the
the bigger
two
double.
double,
Yeah,
I think that'd be more
the
appropriate
one, these ones right here.
yeah.
because the.
And I
main
can,
addition-
I can bring back hard drawings, like,
No, I mean, no,
Right.
we can hash it out.
And you'll need those for your building permit.
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, where the kitchen is, if I'm right looking at it, that would probably be a porch at one time.
The kitchen, no, the back portion was a porch at one time.
The,
You have the pictures?
yeah.
Yeah, we're going way back.
All right, so this is original house, that's still on stone foundation right here. This is. Now, this back here, this part.
I think so, yeah.
Which I'm not going over the top of,
No, right, you're just going
is
to.
that was a porch back here.
Okay, I was-
So I'm gonna stop right here at this.
That off
I was thinking this was originally a porch. Way to do it.
Well,
It's on it.
originally
And on top of this.
Right.
And then.
Where the front porch is.
There.
Yes.
That was the original.
Yep, that's
Small porch. Because I got the foundation. going
good.
inside the
Anything else would
foundation.
have been.
My basement is all kinds of cut up downstairs, so. But yes, I can stack the windows.
Yeah. And that's-
Yeah, because
above
they're
the kitchen
both,
windows, yes, I can stack these up here.
Yeah.
And then put another gable here above that to
Oh, you're
match.
gonna do a gable on both.
Did I not?
Just
Yeah.
It's on.
Okay, maybe I'll just-
yeah, you have the gable coming this way.
You were matching your.
Correct, I was gonna keep that.
That's
And
back.
I can just bring those up.
Yeah. Yeah, especially,
Because there's a bathroom here anyway.
Right, yeah, just keep this original roof.
Okay, and I'll just keep that road, that ridge going, or that gutter line going
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
sorry, Tom, you're all the way over there. You
No,
want
no, we've got it, I think.
We're taking it all in,
I mean,
I think.
that was all the first one, right?
Yeah, that was all of step one.
Gotcha. So I would,
What was the agreement there?
we're good.
So he's gonna continue the roof line so that the gable faces the rear.
Right.
And then he's gonna duplicate this, double window?
Yeah,
It's a double window.
Yeah, on the second floor.
okay.
I would make a motion to approve that with those changes. Because I was a little concerned that you can see it all the way.
Right, well, correct.
All the way from Washington Street.
Right.
See, how can we do that?
Right. No, I agree, I agree. I just threw a window in there because it's basically saying that I want a window.
Right, right,
But yeah, I can stack that, bring that up.
yeah. And, your same size. Yeah.
Not a problem.
So is this just for the second floor addition or is this for both?
Garage.
This part that we're discussing right now that we're okay
It's a
with
second
is
floor
just the
addition.
second floor addition.
Okay. And you want to go ahead and make a motion to approve
Well,
that?
do we want to approve all the sections together, which is,
Let's go through them,
Yeah.
okay,
individually, but yeah. And then
Yeah.
we have to make separate motions, we can.
okay.
Second is the construction, so basically the tear down of the existing built carport and garage,
Right.
and then a new single-story garage and shop in its place.
Yeah, just
Let's look at that.
have the
Yeah.
gable
Yeah,
roof
but it-
back here and a gutter board just going straight
Yeah.
there.
And then I would make a motion for that because kind of chopped up.
That thing back there,
now.
well, it's rotten, and
Is it?
it's done. The bottom plate's gone, and it's just getting worse all the time.
Yeah, it just looks like a bunch of, I'm not sure what.
It made it look nice whenever they first put it up.
Yeah,
But it's not. No.
You have anything?
No, but that's fine.
No issues with that?
Sorry.
You all right?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what that is.
What's that? Oh, this is the back, this is the south side of the house. So if you're
Okay.
looking, this is the back side of this.
That's a little bay window.
Oh, yes.
So this is on the north side,
Mhm.
and this is, it's,
Oh, okay, it's just.
now this is plywood over it.
Okay,
Which in all honesty, on this side, if you wanted, I could bring this bay, stack that bay all the way up also. That's an option to go on that.
So, yeah, that'll go all the way across on it. Yeah, you might want to do that.
Mhm.
Actually,
I can take that bay all the way up to that
Yeah.
roof line up there on that
Yeah.
side also.
I didn't even realize that was on the other side.
You know.
I didn't, it all blended in the picture until I was looking at it.
Stack this back.
This bay all the way up. Yeah,
You want to put that on here?
yeah. Because my eyes are looking at it, it looked like it was flat.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very big, but it's
It is.
about
Yeah.
18 inches, I believe.
Is that good for the rear single-story addition? I mean, I know we're talking the window.
Yes.
Okay. So the third portion is replace the existing aluminum siding on the entire structure with hardy board siding.
You jumped ahead of us.
I did?
Well, we were talking garage, but then I backpedaled on you.
Right. We were talking about the garage, then we went back to the two-story addition.
Right, and I added that in. Yeah,
Okay,
And then I'm good with the garage.
okay.
then
No, we're good, yeah.
you're okay with that? Okay.
Okay.
And I'm good with getting the aluminum.
Yeah, item 1 and 2.
I hate aluminum.
It's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
So that's item 1 and 2 are
With some,
Good on
There you go.
that. Now we're just.
a couple of
exceptions.
exceptions.
Yeah, one had some modifications, two was accepted as is,
Okay.
three we're discussing.
No.
Now,
Now, so
what kind of reveal on the hardy board were you looking at?
Well, was thinking, underneath the aluminum is asbestos, and underneath the
Oh, is it?
asbestos, yeah, underneath the asbestos is
wood.
wood.
Okay.
And I don't know what that wood is.
Mhm.
I was gonna go with like a 5, I was thinking,
Okay,
you know.
Yeah.
That's kind of that's what the neighbors next door have, what they just replaced
Yeah.
on the lower portion. Kind of stick with that, I think,
Mhm.
if that's, you know.
About the same time period.
yeah,
I believe it would be.
that's good.
okay.
So hardy board with a 5-inch reveal across the entirety of the old and new structure?
Yes,
Yeah, the entire structure. Yep.
no? Yeah, okay.
Let me make a motion.
Oh,
Oh, we got one more.
we got one more.
We got
We
four?
gotta go to the roof.
So now we have replaced
there
an
it is.
existing asbestos tile roof with corrugated metal roof on the entire structure. And you didn't submit anything, I assume you mean like barn.
Like the barn metal.
Environmental.
Yeah.
Would you consider standing seam?
Oh.
You knew that was coming.
That's one of our big things here is the barn roof.
I'm not a fan of the environmental at all.
Okay.
And I had a little place over here by my place, it was originally had shake shingle on it. And they had put it was old, it's not, I think they still call it standing seam, but it's really not.
Mhm.
And then I had standing seam put on it. It just, to me, it looks a lot nicer. It's more street appropriate and,
I will look into it. I don't know price wise.
gotcha.
You know, I know where I'm at on metal roof, but price wise on standing seam, I don't know how much more of it is. I'm assuming it's quite a bit more. I don't know idea. So I know where I'm at, lineal foot on, you know, your
Right.
standard barn metal,
Mhm.
so.
So. maybe we want to just table that section 4.
What, maybe we can check on your budget on that and maybe get back to us on that. That way we can hopefully, because the barn roof doesn't really, belong on the building.
Right.
It makes it difficult for us to approve that.
Okay.
Whereas a standing seam is more appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So would you want to approve the standing seam? If that works out, we're done, but if it
Yes.
doesn't
Let's
work
do
out,
that.
we do
We'll
that
come
back.
back and
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah,
That works.
sounds good.
Would you like to make a motion?
Oh, I will make a motion
I'll second.
to approve, good Lord help me.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, please.
So I have a motion and a second to approve SGHC 007-25, including construction of a second floor addition at the rear building where we follow the existing roof line, the gable roof line, and match the double window on the first floor. Also that we stack the bay window on the south side. Also construction of a new single-story garage and shop at the rear of the building, replacing the existing aluminum siding on the entirety of the structure with hardy board siding with a 5-inch lap, and replacing the existing asbestos tile roof with a standing seam metal roof.
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So I will get that to you in the mail, and then if you come back in December with a potentially different roof. It's up to you.
What about permit for things? Just come get that.
So yeah, all of these certificates of appropriateness will come to you, or you can pick them up, John, if you want, in the mail. And then fence permit, you'll need shed when the time comes.
Okay.
That these
I
are
thought I was under 200 square foot. I should be good, right?
10 by 20, you're 200.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
and then
9'9".
if you want to shrink it,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
and then the other building permit you're going to have to submit for the addition.
Right. And I'll get you some good,
Yep.
better drawings on that. So,
So these certificates are good for 2 years.
okay. I was wanting to do home defense.
Yeah.
So they can get their,
You can come in tomorrow, we can do it online, since we have online permitting now, or you can fill out a paper one if you want. You do not need to stay.
Unless you really want to.
no, I'm in a 13-year-old home that's,
Yeah.
You sure- you
sure you don't want to stay?
I don't want to tear the house down. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is SGHC 008-25 to receive a certificate of appropriateness to install a 6-foot wooden fence in the side yard at 74 Seraphim Street. Oops. Mr. Terry is here.
Don't like your neighbors either.
So yeah, my wife and I were just looking to install a 22 by 34 foot wooden fence, 6 foot high, 6 inches from the projected property line. We've contacted Bader Land Surveying to get a survey done, and we're waiting on their. Actually, I do have their paperwork. It's a contract, and I just got to send that back to them. And then once they get that projected survey done, I'll be able to come off of that side property line, 6 inches from there, and just start each. I don't know if you have the drawing in front of you, but there's going to be posts, obviously, connecting those panels. At each post, I'm going to dig, I don't know, 12 inches deep, maybe 18 inches deep, stick the wooden posts in with and bed it in concrete, and then pack it in with dirt. That way it's more solid.
I'd like to see, have you guys done a lot of work to the inside or the,
Yeah, inside, yeah.
I was gonna buy it years ago, but.
Yeah.
We have vertical logs on those walls.
Yes.
The fronts, yeah. Yeah, I have no problem with it. Good. Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the installation of 6-foot wooden fence in the side yard. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I'll put that in the mail to you. Also a fence permit, but
Yes.
yep, you
Okay.
just need that before you get started.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
All
All right, next we have SGHC 009-25 to receive a certificate of appropriateness to install white picket fencing and concrete posts matching 99 North Main at 73 North Main. I do not see the applicant here. Unless you have any questions, we can move on to the next one.
Just move on to the next one.
Okay.
I mean, so much more improvement than that one.
Next on the agenda is SGHC 010-25 to receive a certificate of appropriateness to construct a detached garage in the side yard at 111 South Fifth Street. Do not see that applicant here either. Unless you have questions, we'll move on. All right, you guys can feel free to make a motion also.
Just amusing that they've already got the footing and everything.
They came to me, I just want to be clear about that.
That's what I'm over here talking about, that's all.
Want to move on?
Move on?
Okay. All right. Final item on the agenda, SGHC 011-25 to receive a certificate of appropriateness to replace an existing part standing seam metal, part barn metal roof with an architectural shingle roof at 373 North 4th. I believe we do have someone here. Yeah.
How's it going, guys? I'm Drew with SRS.
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. So we've got for Lane and Sherry Pender, it is looking at the squares, the measurement of the roof. It's about 50% standing seam on the original structure of the home, and then the other 50% was an add-on at some time. You can see about 25% of that addition is barn metal, and you can see it from the road. So we're looking to see if we could get at least architectural shingles approved on the part that is barn metal. I'm on the same page you guys are. I do not like barn metal on houses. I don't think it's the right application at all. And then while we're there on that topic, to see if we could get, in place of the standing seam. So the homeowners are having a few issues with some leaks, and they've got what I believe to be an original tongue and groove ceiling in the upstairs of that home. You can see on the insurance paperwork attached that the insurance company did come out and they are allowing for the tongue and groove to be fixed due to the water damage, and then for the roof to be replaced as well from the hailstorm in May. So the issue on the insurance side of things, I don't know how familiar you guys are with that, but given the circumstances that the insurance company is wanting this roof replaced, if we don't replace it with at least something, standing seam, barn metal, shingles, any roof, the homeowner does run the risk of not being able to have insurance coverage on their roof.
Right. I want to let you all know, we did a little research this afternoon. I spoke with Tyler Barr. The rear addition, so the main block was obviously built in 1903. And it's on a rubble foundation. The block that comes off the back, it appears was built in the 40s, and it's on a cinder block foundation, I believe. And then the addition that comes off of that northward was built around 1980 and has a concrete foundation. So those are the dates of those additions. Did you say that the front of the main block is standing seam, is the back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And then, so the only part of the house that is 2-story is the original structure. All the additions are just a 1-story. We don't know 100% the reason that the leaks developed, but sometimes on older homes like that, they're not perfectly square. And to install that standing seam properly, it needs to be, a pretty good, square structure. And obviously installing any kind of architectural shingle would eliminate that issue completely. because we can install them on pretty much anything.
So for me, well, you probably know what this house is, but they've removed so much of the original architecture of the building already. I'm not saying the current people that are there, I'm not sure exactly when it happened, but there's very little of the original architecture of the building. And for me, the standing seam is one of the last few remaining architectural parts that stand out on the home.
It kind of has to stay there, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
Your standing seam needs to be
I would not approve anything else on that for sure. I know I don't know if you were on it, but Tyler and them did my standing seam up down on Main Street.
Yes.
It's an amazing, that's all I can say about that stuff. But, and I noticed the insurance is paying out for a metal roof. So why did they not want to redo like the back part and match standing seam or something like that, instead of going with the architectural shingle?
So the standing seam is obviously a lot more expensive than the barn metal, right? The insurance company pays out replacement cost value. So they'll pay out for standing seam on what is standing seam. And then the barn metal is more of a similar comparison, right, price-wise on the shingle side. So the standing seam we're more than happy to do on the original structure, but hopefully, so that way the homeowner wouldn't have to, and I don't know their financial situation, right? So if they could or how they could come up with the difference to go to standing seam, maybe we could at least get the architectural on the back half, because I do think that it would look a much cleaner appearance.
When you say the back half, you mean the two single
The addition, yes.
the
Yeah.
single story additions?
The single story additions, yep. And there is like a little window on the addition, and it does have shingles on it now. I don't know what exact is on it,
Bay
but
window.
Oh, the
the bay window does.
Look at me, I've said my piece. You know how I do not like replacing metal with shingles. And the standing seam, that's gonna stay, as far as I'm concerned, it'll stay. It's not going anywhere. That's something how I feel about having a mixture of metal and.
That's, yeah, because we've allowed, if it's already inappropriate, we've allowed to just replace,
Right, inappropriate metal with inappropriate metal.
right,
I mean,
inappropriate.
And so, and going from inappropriate
metal.
metal to shingles is
That's not,
trucks and cars. That's a whole
right.
different thing.
right,
And I think we might be able to do I think that it would actually look better if the metals were matched, even though the standing seam on the one that needs to have it and the matching color of metal on the other ones would probably, I think that would look very nice. It would kind of keep with what it's looking at now. It's, I think that,
You're talking about to replace that back metal with the same metal?
yeah, same metal. I think so. I think that.
Yeah, and another option, I don't know if you guys have seen Highland Slate. It's a product made by Certainty. It's an actual asphalt shingle,
Yeah, we've seen that.
but it is Highland Slate too.
Yeah. I mean, it's, again, then
yeah, it's an iHouse, slate's
Right.
not,
it wouldn't, as I say, it never had a slate on that building.
yeah.
Okay. I'm a little bit confused why they're going to shingles when the insurance is paying out for metal, to replace the metal. I mean, obviously, if they could go do like the deal hide on the original standing seam,
Mhm.
and then just place the barn metal in the back. And I that would be like material, I would be okay with that, I think.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like it, but I think it would look better than shingles. I mean, I don't know if you can go back to that.
I would vote to approve the all metal solution and to not approve any other solution at this time.
Yeah,
Is that an option for the homeowner?
Yeah, so we would be able to go back with standing seam and the barn metal, as that is what the insurance company is allowing for.
So I went by, I mean, I looked at the standing seam that's on there now, the original standing seam, and it looks like it's in really good shape.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and like, my building was 1849, and well, probably not the original roof, but pretty close, but, I mean, if they would do the mule height on it, I mean, it would be a lot cheaper than replacing the standing seam, is what I'm getting at,
Yeah.
you know? And I mean, I don't know, I mean, I'm not sure why their other metal roof is leaking. Typically they don't, unless it's just the fasteners.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we just place some of the fasteners on it, I don't know. You know, unless it's torn, pulled out, or whatever.
Yeah, and part of the, you know, the main reason for me being here today is because no matter what we go back with or what you guys want us to go back with, that roof does have to come off and get put back on new, because we do have to document that and turn it into their insurance company so the homeowner can continue coverage on their roof.
To continue coverage. I mean, my building, same thing. I've got, you know, here, we're gonna give you this much to replace your standing seam roof.
Mhm.
You know, they did the coating on it, and so I have insurance on it, so
Okay.
it wasn't,
Yeah, and they could see the coating as like a protective, you know,
right.
right?
I mean, I can understand if you had something other than metal,
Yeah.
or like big holes, I understand that.
Yeah.
You know, but this roof looks like it's pretty good shape.
I think if you're all okay with metal or recovering the metal, that can be approved administratively because it's already
It's like
metal.
material.
Yeah.
Same
So
materials.
I would go with, yes. You know, whatever you wish to motion on the proposal. If they want to come back with a different proposal, they can, or if you want to stick with metal or cover the existing metal on the mule skin on the main block and put new metal on the back, that would all be allowed to begin.
Right, okay.
Perfect.
So, yeah, I just make a motion to do the way you just said it.
What I'm saying is let's consider the motion to replace with architectural shingle.
Then I make a motion to deny as submitted.
I second that. All in favor?
So I have a motion and a second to deny the replacement of the roof with architectural shingle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So that's been denied. If you wanted to stick with the metal that's there, including covering the metal that's there, we can do that administratively. If
Okay.
they want to still propose a different material, come back.
Okay.
Okay?
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
That works. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
That was a lot.
It was a lot. You
Uh,
got through it pretty, figured out how we look.
Not bad. Next are administrative approvals in addition to the one I have listed, which is an attestation to a material replacement at 401 Market Street for soffit and fascia replacement, which that has taken place. I also have, I wanted to let you know I approved a certificate of appropriateness at, it's a new address. It's 10 South, I'm sorry. Yeah, 10 South Main. It's the same building that you approved the stairway on this afternoon, but the new side address is going to be 98 Merchant Street. So the gym will have an address of 98 Merchant
Oh.
Street. Okay. And they're putting a sign there. It looks exactly like the sign that is out front for their existing shop. Any questions on those? Other business, I'll try to cover this quickly. So I went to the CLG forum, so Certified Local Government. Wanted to share, there was some good sessions there, some best practices for commissions, some things we can consider if you would like. There are some commissions out there that set commission guidelines, that host some like awards programs. There are also some commissions out there that they create a local list of endangered buildings. I also talked with, I guess, my counterpart at St. Joseph. They have a Save Our Heritage grant program, so I'm going to try and put together a package and talk to you all about that either in December, January, or February, and maybe propose that in the next budget year. You know, there's not a lot of funds going around, but in the case of St. Joseph, they make anywhere, their Board of Aldermen make anywhere from 25 to 75,000 available for one-on-one match reimbursement grants for maintenance and upkeep of structures in the historic district. And it's very, very, very well received.
Okay.
Yeah. In addition to that, of course, there was a nice presentation on historic preservation tax credits. There were some wonderful handouts from SHPO that I will make available. And if any of you want any of these materials, let me know. I will make copies for you. Yep. Any questions on that? Last but not least, just in case we don't have a meeting in December, I want to go over January and February. Of course, both the third Mondays fall on holidays. So historically, we move those to the fourth Mondays, if that's okay. January would move from the 20th to the 27th. And February would move from the 17th to the 24th, unless you have any issues with those dates. So you would probably end up having 2 meetings in the same
I
day.
have, yeah, park board.
Yeah. Any issues with that?
Nope.
Nope. I will make that happen. Public comment, we've chased all of them away. That's all I have, unless you all have any questions. Thank you. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
A motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Okay.
Any opposed? Call it a night. Thank you all very much.